Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. UFC Qatar Fight Night. Arman Sarukian going up against Dane the Hangman Hooker. And as always, starting from the first fight of the night, we're going to go fight by fight and break down what we got from a betting perspective. Last week, we absolutely crushed. This week will be no different, and we run it back. We're going to try to run through this because there is a lot of middling debutantes, middling fights, and some of them are massive favorites. But the story of the card for me is interest in underdogs. I can almost make an argument for every single one, maybe not a few of them, but for the most part, there's a lot of value this card. Not starting in the first fight. Denzel Freeman is sitting around a minus 200 favorite going up against Marek Bujlo. I think there's going to be some dominant grappling from Denzel. He is a Greco-Roman Olympic wrestler, no, maybe not Olympic, D1 wrestler, and Marek Bujlo is a European Jiu-Jitsu grappler, and I think we are going to see Denzel get on top and pound him out. Denzel has fought much better level of competition, and Marek has fought some kind of absolute scrubs on the regional, and I think Denzel covers his minus 200 tag. You probably get a late finish. I think second round TKO over a very tired European grappler. Denzel Freeman gets on top the first round, rides him, gets him tired, and then finishes him in the second with some ground and pound. Nurullo Aliyev is going to be another favorite that I like here. I mean, Shamrock has been susceptible to getting grappled, and Nurullo is only a grappler. I think he comes out, gets takedowns whenever he wants, probably only needs a couple per round. I think he gets one and the round is over. I think he's going to either ride top control a la Islam Makhachev, who he does not train with, but looks a lot like. I will take Nurullo Aliyev by decision with 13 minutes of ground control time. Shamrock is a Patty the Batty teammate. We've seen these kind of European regional brawlers. Shamrock's a good grappler. Like, we've seen him grapple some scrubs on the regionals, but Nurullo is just not going to give him the opportunity to get a sub, get his back. I think Nurullo just takes him down, lays on top for 15. I don't think there's going to be a lot of scrambles. I think it's going to be get you down and lay on top of you for as much of the round as I can. And we'll see if Shamrock is up for the challenge of not getting finished, but I think Nurullo cruises to a decision pretty comfortably here and pays off the minus 275 price tag with relative ease. First dog that we're interested in, Ryan Loder. Awesome grappler, has cardio, and Ismail Nardiev has looked not great. He's had a few successful performances in the UFC, even back before, but he got cut, went on a run, came back, and looked okay in his debut against Bruno Silva, and then kind of got dogged by the Korean Turtle. I think if Ryan Loder can get out of the first 3 minutes, and Nardiev isn't a huge finisher, but Loder did just get chinned against Azmat. I could see Ismail having success for the first 3 minutes of the fight, but if Loder can get through there, we've seen Ismail tire a handful of fights. We saw Chance Rencounter kind of dog walk him, and I think Ryan Loder, if he is conscious going into the 4th minute of the first round, he will get a late finish here. Give me Ryan Loder via top control, ground and pound, and better cardio to pay off the plus 115 price tag and be the first dog win of the card, taking on Ismail Nardiev. The people's main event. We have Ilia Toporia's brother going up against Begzat Almakhan, who people like to have a revisionist history look at his debut against Usman. Sure, he maybe dropped him. I think it was more of Usman was shooting for a takedown as he got clipped, so it kind of looked like he dropped. But nonetheless, Begzat has had a competitive decision against the number 1 contender in the division, and then he nuked Brad Katona, who offers little to no offense and little to no danger in a fight, so Begzat just walked forward and landed a nuke. Impressive nonetheless. So Topuria fought against Volk's boy, Colby Thickness, and he won kind of cleanly, but just didn't put out a lot of output, didn't really blow my socks off. Looked like he had some pretty solid grappling, and I think the most likely scenario is this fight goes to a relatively low volume competitive decision, with Topuria maybe sneaking in a takedown here or there throughout the fight. I don't love the money line now that the price has gone up. I liked when you could get Topuria at -110 or the fight was a pick'em, but now he's going on to -150, so he's taken a lot of money, and I don't hate it, but at this point, I think the price is gone, and I'm not really going to take the shot. I think you can take +105 or over 2.5 rounds. That's probably the way I'm approaching this fight. Give me Topuria by decision or the over 2.5 at +105. We have a couple little guys. Both of them seem like they are durable, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be the highest volume fight. I'll take Topuria by decision, sneaking in a couple takedowns here and there with his brother in the corner. We have the squash match of all squash matches. We have Abdul Rahman Yakiev, who is -1600, going up against potentially the worst fighter in the UFC that we've seen in quite some time, Rafael Sakaria. He doesn't have a chin, doesn't really want to be there, and offers little to no offense. I mean, -1600, like, you can't really do anything with the money line, but I think we know you can take Abdul in the first round, KO. I think he comes in, probably walks forward, and knocks out Sakaria in less than 2 minutes, less than 3 minutes, less than 1 minute. Like, I think the first flurry that he pushes and kind of gets Sakaria against the fence, he's going to go down, and we move on. -1600 for a reason. He's getting a layup of all layups. I mean, -1600 you can't do anything with, but look for a round one. Maybe you can look for one of those weird special request props where it's like sub 1 minute finish and you get plus, I don't know, 400 or something like that. Like, it's just not a fun fight to bet unless you're taking, what is, round one is -175. It seems free. Just throw it in whatever you want. Moving on, we get pretty solid featherweight bout. We have Alex Perez, one-time UFC title contender, and seems like a good guy, just cannot stay healthy, has had a plethora of surgeries, injuries, going up against Asu Almabayev, who is a monster grappler. Not much to offer in terms of striking, really. Like, he can strike, but it's all of it just to get setting up for takedowns. Alex Perez is a hell of a grappler. I don't hate the dog shot here. It's another one of these dogs that I can be talked into that we're about to get into a handful of. I think Alex Perez at +165 seems okay. He's going to be the more effective striker. He's probably a good enough grappler to keep Asu off of him for the most part. He probably gets a takedown here or there, but we know Alex is going to land more striking. He's probably capable of reversing a position here or there, but it's tough. Can his body maintain? Like, we saw Tatsuya Taira have his back and blow his leg out with just like a little sweep, and I just don't know. Alex Perez is taken a lot of time off. He's had a ton of canceled fights. Is his body capable of going through a 15-minute fight? A lot of grappling, and I think you can talk yourself into a dog shot on Alex Perez, probably decision, but if he comes in and he's looking like a shell of his former self, Asu looks legit, maybe just gets takedowns and holds him down, I think you can take a dog shot on Alex Perez. I think he's live here. He's going to be the better striker. He's going to land more strikes. He's going to land more strikes, and just a matter of how many takedowns Asu Almabayev can get here. For the sake of picks, let's take Alex Perez as a dog by decision. He lands the better strikes, doesn't give up too many takedowns, and when he does, he gets right back up. Give me Alex Perez decision. This is a potential trappy dog. People are going to try to talk themselves into Nicholas Dalby because he's done it before. He's kind of been there, done that. But now at near 41, he's coming off of getting absolutely flatlined against Randy Brown. Seen him get knocked out before, even though it was overturned. I think Saigid is just better everywhere, and short of him gassing, like horrifically gassing and kind of getting Dalbied. We've seen the Dalby breathing thing. It's kind of a meme, but I think if Saigid, I mean, he's fought a great level of competition. He should come in and kind of do whatever he wants to Dalby. It's just a matter of his Dalby absolutely wash and get finished. I kind of lean that he does. I think he just beats his ass for the first round, maybe club and sub. Like, he's very well-rounded fighter. He's fought good fighters on the regional scene. And I think Dalby at 41 coming off a flatline KO is prime to get finished again. Give me Saigid at minus 300. Doesn't seem too bad. KO inside the distance is plus 140. I think that's a fun way to play it. I think you have a 41-year-old who's been finished. Instead of taking the minus 300, give me Saigid inside the distance at plus 140. This is the Dalby retirement fight. Bogdan Grad going up against Luke Riley. This fight is going to be a banger. We have seen Bogdan already in a couple good scraps. He has been chinned on, I think, Contender Series. Tom Nolan nuked him, if I'm not mistaken. Luke Riley, Paddy Pimblett, training partner, is better than Shamrock, and I think he's going to have the fight that he wants here. I think Bogdan's going to engage him in a kind of a war. I think Luke Riley's going to walk forward, and this fight is going to get nasty. I think we have fight of the night potential here, and short of Bogdan Grad coming out and putting on his best Khabib outfit, I think Luke Riley probably gets the job done. Bogdan comes out in a singlet and gets a bunch of takedowns. That's probably his best path. That's probably his only path to victory. I don't think he's going to win a 15-minute striking fight here. He's going to land less, and his chin is more susceptible and more questionable than Luke Riley's. I think Riley can do on the feet whatever he wants, and it's going to be an awesome fight. I will take Luke Riley via knockout. What are the prices here? Luke Riley KO is kind of juiced, plus 130. I could be talked into like a late Bogdan Grad sub. I could be talked into that, but I think we have a crazy fight, and Luke Riley comes out on top, landing the better shots. He lands more and better and more powerful shots. Bogdan has fought pretty good guys. He's landed takedowns against pretty good guys, so maybe he comes in and just gets the wrestling going, and I just think it's going to be a crazy scrap. And at a certain point, Luke Riley's going to come out on top and land a big shot against a guy that we've seen hurt before. Let's believe in a prospect coming out of Europe. Give me Luke Riley knockout. Kyoji Horiguchi going up against Tagir Ulanbekov. Another one where I like the dog. We've seen Kyoji fight pretty much everyone there is to fight. He has a ton of experience all around the world. He's only a year older than Tagir, who's fought kind of nobodies. All of his wins haven't really aged well. And you're giving me almost plus 200 on Kyoji Horiguchi, who I think can win the scrambles, is a better striker, does not have cardio concerns. He's smaller, sure. Maybe he just gets... If Tagir's going to win, it's going to be just a takedown and trying to hold ground position for 15 minutes. We know how that camp likes to fight. I think Kyoji can win the scrambles, land the better shots striking. He's just little, that's the problem. He's just a little guy, and Tagir is fucking huge. 5'7 versus 5'4, and that 5'4 is generous. This dude probably needs a high chair when he goes out to eat. Give me Tagir. No, Kyoji's gonna win by decision. He's gonna land the better shots. He's gonna get a takedown of his own. We've seen Tagir lose to Tim Elliott, was the only ranked opponent that he's fought, I believe, and he lost the scrambles and was not urgent with positions. He didn't land many strikes. I think Kyoji has done enough, knows how to win at a high level. You're giving me plus 200? Yeah, I'll take the dog shot all day. Give me Horiguchi decision plus 240. This fight is not what this fight is. It is actually Waldo Cortez Acosta is stepping in on short notice to replace Sergey Spivak. I don't think odds are out for that. Oh, they are. And Waldo is minus 140. That seems about right. I think Waldo Waldo's super durable. He's coming off that weird eye poke thing. He's in shape. Shamil is just not he's just not good. Let me look at this picture. This dude looks like he's melting ice cream. He's low volume, doesn't really have much power. Like, I don't really know. He's kind of a meme fighter, so people like him. And at minus 140, Waldo, who's beaten way better level of competition. I think you got to just ride with Waldo here. Probably late finish. I'll take 2-3 KO Waldo. And, I mean, there's rumors that Waldo can't even get to Qatar on time, so we'll see if it goes through. Moving on. My dog, Jack Hermansson, going up against Matubek Orabai. And you're giving me plus 205 on Jack Hermansson. Here's the tricky thing. Jack Hermansson is coming down in weight, and Matubek is going up in weight. So essentially, there is a 2-division weight difference in these two guys. So Jack is going to be massive in there. I want to see him make the weight, but short of him looking like Skeletor up there, I'm going to be looking at him at plus 205. Like Matubek, I know Jack just literally came back from the dead against RoboCop, but Matubek is not a big power striker like that. He just wants to get his grappling going, and we've seen Jack not just hold his own, but do pretty well against Khamzat in a straight grappling match. I think Jack against Orabai is going to be a scramble, wrestle, it's going to be 15 minutes of wrestling, and I think Jack, in that sense, should not be 205 here. I mean, maybe Matubek is just that guy, takes him down, and Jack is super washed and meme punches him or something. Like, weird things happen when you get knocked out dead like that 4 months ago. Like, this is way too soon for him to come back if it was against anybody with power. But Matubek is not a big power guy. He's not a big striker. It's going to be a crazy grappling pace. And I think in that case, you get a bigger guy, a more proven guy. He's older. But give me Jack Hermansson, plus 205. He's a dog that I like a lot this week. Volkan Ozdemir going up against Delano Menafield, and Volkan at minus 230 is just a price that I cannot pay on Volkan Ozdemir against almost anybody. It's more of a fade the fighter at the current price tag than wanting to bet on Alonso. I think this fight has a lot of ways that it could go. I think you could see Volkan come out and land leg kicks early and stay at the distance and kind of fight a clean, boring, low-volume striking match. I think you could see Ozdemir. I don't think you get grappling from him. I think the most likely outcome is a low-volume striking match with explosions from Alonso every once in a while, and if those explosions are enough to land either a big shot or gets a cheeky takedown, I think you can make the argument for Alonso plus 190. It's just both guys are not great, and I hate when you get two guys you want to fade get matched up against each other. I think over 2.5 at plus money is okay. I just don't think either guy is that great, and neither of them like to really push the pace unless it turns into just an absolute meme and both guys are just throwing, which is always a possibility. I think we go to a decision. Maybe Alonso gets I just don't think grappling is going to be too much. I think it's going to be a lot of at-range leg kicks and explosions coming in from Alonso that will be probably negated. I could see a lot of fence pushing here. It's just not, I don't think it's going to be a great fight. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Ian Machado Gary going up against Bilal, remember the name Mohammed. First things first, we have a 10-year age gap here. Ian Gary, almost minus 300 favorite, and I think rightfully so. At this point, Bilal, I don't really know how he's going to get this fight done. I don't think he can grapple Ian effectively. He's definitely not going to be able to strike him effectively. He's going on 37. He just got an absolute beatdown against Jack Della. I think there's a chance we see Ian Gary get the finish here. Bilal has been finished in the past. Ian, I know everyone's kind of low on his finishing ability. He's kind of become the go-to-decision guy. But I think that might change here. I think coming off of last weekend, where we saw Prates get a finish, we saw Morales get a finish, I think Ian's going to be very gung-ho to try to get a finish of his own to keep his name in title talks. And Bilal will give him a fight to do that. Bilal will push forward, leave openings to get countered, and after that beating that Jack gave him, the chin might be a little bit worn. He's almost 40 years old. Let's turn Ian Gary minus 270 money line into Ian Gary inside the distance plus 325. He gets the job done against Bilal, keeps his name in the title picture, and we keep UFC Qatar co-main event moving with an Ian Gary. It's going to be just Bilal getting too over eager, trying to get his name back out there. He just lost his belt. He's going to come in hungry, trying to prove something, and he's going to get caught. He's going to be too aggressive. Everyone said that last time he didn't shoot enough takedowns. I could see him shooting himself into a sub, if we're being honest. Ian Gary trains with the Nova União guys. He's got great grappling already. I've been chasing sub every fight. He had a rear naked choke against Shavkat locked in. He had a rear naked choke against MVP. I could see a club and sub situation against Bilal. Maybe tags him, Bilal shoots a sloppy takedown and gets that neck wrapped up. Give me Ian Gary inside the distance and Ian Gary sub plus 1100. And now we move on to the main event. Arman Tsarukyan going up against Dan, the Hangman Hooker. Dan's been out for quite some time. He has had a handful of hand surgeries, and he's kind of been on a bit of a run. I thought personally he lost to Matus Gamrot. He has been in a plethora of wars. He's been finished a bunch of times. He's been finishing dudes a bunch of times. He is a scrapper. Dan loves to come in and bang it out. I do not think Arman is going to give him that opportunity. I think Arman's really fucking good. Really good. Probably the clear number 2 behind Ilya, and would give Ilya a run for his money. But we have seen Arman wobbled a handful of times, and that is enough to keep the door open for what if. What if Dan Hooker lands the big knee or lands the punch? I don't think the punch is going to be there. I could see the knee being there. Plus 800 for Dan KO. It is his only path to victory. I think Arman is an elite grappler, one of, if not the best in the division. We saw Charles have locked in subs and Arman defend perfectly. We've seen Arman go to, he was 19 when he fought Islam in his debut on short notice and gave him hell. I think Arman is elite, does kind of whatever he wants here and gets a finish. I think he gets around 2, 3, 4. I think a late sub is most likely. I think it's priced pretty good. KO is plus 145, sub is plus 325. I think Arman can take him down and sub him kind of at will. I think he gives him enough on the feet. Armin's a great striker too, but it's Dan's only path to victory is land a huge shot. And I don't think Armin's going to give him that opportunity. I think Armin comes in, plays around on the feet, gets a takedown, cheeky takedown here and there, and then finds the sub. Saw Islam take Dan down and Kimura him immediately. Matus was having success wrestling, and Matus is not exactly a huge submission guy. I think Armin gets him down and subs him. Pretty clearly, the money line indicates a pretty clear win, minus 600. Let's turn minus 600 and a plus 325 for submission. That wraps up the UFC Qatar full card breakdown. Going fight by fight for the quick picks, we like Armin Sarukian favorite, Ian Machado Gary favorite. We'll take a shot on Alonzo as a dog. We'll take a shot on Jack as a dog. We like that one. Waldo, if the fight goes, we like Waldo Cortez as a minus 145. Kyoji Horiguchi, we like as a dog, plus 175. Luke Riley, I could see getting grappled here, but we're going to roll the dice and trust a European striking-based prospect. Minus 280. Saigig, I think, comes in and just absolutely demolishes Nicholas Dalby. I will take the shot on my guy, Alex Perez, as a plus 165 dog. That's pretty nice. Topuria, the money line is coming in on him. We will take him as a minus 140 favorite now at this point. Ryan Loader will be a dog shot for us, plus 115. Just don't get knocked out early. Nurulo Aliev, minus 300 seems safe. And then Denzel Freeman in the debut, trusting two big ol' debutantes. What could go wrong? Give me Denzel Freeman, minus 200. There is the quick picks. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, all of those things. And then check out the shorts for our prop of the week, underdog of the week, all those things. Thank you.